VK4KK, VK5IR, returning. Okay, very good. I really need to pull my finger out, Kevin, and adjust my audio settings with this radio. I'm still running stock audio settings. I have two microphones. I have the Yamaha headset, which is my favourite. I also have a Heil Heil PR781, but I just can't get used to using it, Kevin. I'd much rather the headset. But I just need to get around to adjust my audio because I know I can make it better. So I think the stock audio is okay, but I know I can improve on it. I just need to play with the EQ. I just don't have the time. Anyway, you're a good signal here. 5 and 7 on the peak. VK4KK, VK5IR, over.
VK5IR, VK4KK. Theo, have you changed anything? Because you dropped it by about 20 dB, even sometimes more. You were briefly just S7, S8, and came up to S9 again. So you're not that strong anymore. Don't know, could be conditions, but I don't know whether you're just gone QRP or something. What I may do is I switch my amplifier on in a minute and give you a better signal to noise ratio, so it's easier for you. I'm actually running here still the good old Icomice 7300, the original microphone, and I've got here a Kenwood speaker, which is the SP990, which I think was made for the TS990, and I got it for $100 from a friend. So it's a really nice speaker. What I can also do, I can actually via USB connectivity, I can actually connect to the Mac here, and that will give me a full waterfall and completely remote setup basically here. And the audio would come then through the PC speakers, a 2.1 Logitech system, which is also pretty nice. But I haven't really connected to the radio remotely, and just couldn't be bothered, to be honest. Okay, I give it back to you, and then I will switch my amplifier on. You will hear in the video a little bit of noise. That's just the fan blowing. That's the disadvantage of having an old tube amplifier, I guess, but it does do a very good job actually. VK5IR, VK4KK.
VK4KK, VK5IR. I haven't changed anything, Kevin. Not a thing. So it's probably just the propagation, over.
Yeah, just reducing a little bit my power here. Don't want to overdrive the amplifier. Okay, that's interesting. You came up to +10 again. And I probably need to finely tune the amplifier. Just bear with me for a moment.
I'll be here, mate. You do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I can see I'm a little bit off. Alright, that'll do, I think. It was just ever so slightly off. That should give me a little bit more stable power here. It was just fluctuating a little bit. Yeah, that looks much better. Okay, very cool. Sorry, I missed probably the signal report. I was distracted for a second, Theo. Sorry, say that again, please, over.
I was just saying I'll be here. Anyway, before you put the amplifier on your S6 to S7 on the peaks, when you turn the amplifier on, you end up to about an S8. And when you were whistling, you were peaking S9. So I'm pretty sure I've got a recording of it. I might send it to you, over.
Yeah, you're back to +20. I wonder why. I mean, probably it's the calibration of those S meters. It is sometimes interesting that I know the 7300. I've used it, measured it in a proper lab, in an RF lab, and so I have preamplifier 1 turned on, and I know that gives me a genuine S9 on the 7300, and I know that the scale above is pretty accurate as well. Having said that, apparently the 7610 is completely different. So I have actually now one of those tiny SA signal generators and spectrum analyzers, and if I have some time in the next few days, maybe I just sit down and try to see if that's still the case. What I also will do is I will probably give that to my colleagues in the lab and see whether how accurate actually the generator is, just to get a bit of an idea. Yeah, no, very good. You came back to plus 20, Theo. All good. I'm still recording, about 5 minutes now into the video. VK5IR from VK4KK.
VK4 kilo VK5IR. I don't know if I've told you before what it's worth. I bought a little S9 S-meter. So yeah, I bought a little S9 signal generator or S-meter calibration tool from a guy who sells them on QRZ. It's just something that he's designed and made, and I think it's about 80 or 90 bucks delivered. He claims it's calibrated. Anyway, I put it up on the IC7410 and on the Sun SDR, and both radios said that they were pretty much spot on, which was good. So that was enough for me to know that they're both calibrated well. However, if you ask my opinion, Kevin, I think S-meter readings or signal reports are overrated, and I don't see any value in them whatsoever, because you might have me 20/9 with your decent antenna, but if someone with a crappy dipole that's low is going to say to me, oh, you're only 5/7, while the guy in America with 6/6/6 on a stack is going to say, oh, wow, you're 40 over, and it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. It's only relative to their station. So I don't tend to take too much notice of signal reports anymore. Over.
Yeah, Roger, Theo, that I agree with that. What I'm interested in is the signal to noise ratio. If you have like S5 noise and I'm only S7, then of course depends on how an S point or an S unit is calibrated. On the Japanese radios, that's only 3 dB, whereas your radio may actually be 6 dB. So you're absolutely right. It's hocus pocus, and it's not very accurate as such, really. But the signal to noise ratio gives me a little bit of an idea of how well the station can hear me. That's what my interest is, basically. So if someone has already, as I've just highlighted, or in your case, if the noise floor is S5 and I'm S6, S7, then I know maybe I need to turn my amplifier on to make it a little bit easier for you. Whereas if you had S0 noise and I'm already S5, S6, and the signal is pretty stable, I guess then it wouldn't really matter too much, and I don't need to bother about the amplifier. So this is kind of my take, Theo. VK5IR, VK4KK.
VK4KK, VK5IR. Yeah, all understood. Yeah, I get it. I'm going to upload some videos to my Dropbox, Kevin, and I'll send them to you. I'll send you some links once they finish uploading, just so you can see what's going on my end. You can see what you're sounding like. But you're still a good S8 to me. So how are you receiving me? Am I still strong, or is it up and down? Over.
It's a little bit up and down. I have the S meter very nicely here on the video. I would say it fluctuates a little bit between S9 and goes towards the plus 20. So there is a bit of QSB, I guess, but I think given that it's 8 o'clock Eastern time, so I have to think what's your time now there. I think you're half an hour behind still until we change in a week or so. Or let's take 9:58 Zulu as our reference. I think it's getting a little bit late. Of course, the band can still be open, but sometimes I've noticed that the band within VK sort of closes, but is still wide open to the US and to South America sometimes. But you're doing a very good job, and there's no problem with your power and with your signal whatsoever. And you will see what my noise is. I know you're jealous, and I don't want to brag about that really, but I'm very, very privileged and fortunate to have this low noise floor, and I'm taking a lot of enjoyment of those big signal to noise ratios. In fact, if you like, we can go QRP, and I'm sure I can probably pick you up easily with 5 watts. I worked Germany on 5 watts the other day, so it does work, and that's despite my low antenna height, Theo.
We can try it. I just widened my audio, I realised I was running narrow audio. I was trying to bust into a pilot for a DXpedition about 2 weeks back, and I was running 2900 hertz audio. I've just now dragged it out to 4.5 kilohertz. I don't know if you can extend your receive filter for that, or what if it sounds any different. I'm guessing it's probably going to sound a little bit better. But we can try it. I think I've got my radio set to about 25, 30 watts, maybe 35 watts max. I've got a software limit in the radio to set it to 35, about 35 watts max on 20 meters. So that's all it's going to put out. That's to stop me from doing bad things to the amplifier, Kevin. So let me do it now. If you stand by, I'll go barefoot. VK4KK. This is VK5IR. Stand by 1 sec. And that's what does it say? Hang on. That's about 30 odd watts there, Kevin. VK4 kilo VK5IR. How copy?
You're still 5 and 8, Theo. I almost couldn't realize the difference just because your audio hasn't changed for me. I was distracted for a second because I am getting hammered with text messages at the moment. And it's just annoying when you're recording and you get all those messages on the screen, but no problem whatsoever. You can go way lower. I would imagine 5 watts is still 5.5. That's my guess. But if you like, give it a try. You're very, very strong still, Theo. Over.
Okay, stand by. You can try it. I'm not good at whistling. Hang on. Vocalist at whistling. Hello. Oh dear. Okay, wait. So that was about 27 watts. See if I can drop it back down to 5. Hang on. Hello. Okay, that's around. That's about 5 watts there. VK4KK. Victor Kilo 4 Kilo Victor Kilo 5 India Romeo. How copy? Over.
If your last few words were on 5 watts, 5 and 6, 56.
Okay, hang on, stand by. Yeah, it's about 5 watts there, Kevin. So, yeah, very good. Good conditions between us, over.
Very good conditions. 5 and 7 on your 5 watts there, Theo. I made sure, of course, I haven't got the noise. So you still have a beautiful signal to noise ratio here for me. Because S0 noise, S5, S6, even S7, there are plenty of dBs left. I'm probably not as strong as far as SNR goes as you are, but I don't want to push it here. I mean, I probably can go 50 watts or 25 watts or something, but then your noise floor will just have something to say there. And I hate it when despite I've got actually a friend, he's a ham as well, but he's just waking up or something. I haven't heard of him for days, and now he needs to respond to all my messages and hammers me. Anyway. 13 minutes and still recording, Theo, but put it on YouTube, no problem. Or if you like, I don't know if I have any cloud space, but the video, they go quite big when they are in 4K. Yeah, still recording, Theo, and yeah, you can leave it on QRP if you like, no problem, over.
Okay, I'm bad at whistling. Wait a second, Kevin. I'll get my son to whistle. He's better. Whistle into this for me. Just do a long, straight whistle. We both under pressure. We can't whistle. That's low. Yeah, it's about 5 watts. So I think it said 5.2 watts. No, that's about 5 watts. I think I saw a 5.2 watts at the most. But anyway, so yeah, let's leave it there, Kevin. Well, if it's working, why not? I need to show you the new toy I got, actually. I don't know if I told you. I bought a true SDX from Delta Lima 2 Mike Alpha November. Now that's a cool little toy. I'm dying to take it out portable, but if you might already know what it is, but otherwise, do a search on True SDX Tango Romeo Uniform Sierra Delta X-Ray. That's a cool, nifty little toy, and I bought it just because it looks like an awesome toy. So I'll hand it round to you. I've got to get going in a minute, mate. I forgot I've got to go to the shops before they close. VK4KK, VK5IR.
Yeah, you're 5 and 7, Theo. 57 on your 5 watts. Unbelievable. Yes, I do know the small radio. I may actually consider that myself. I don't think they're very strong, but they're definitely good fun, even just for receiving. But before I spend any further money on anything, I have sworn to myself, all the dollars or the next spending, regardless on how much it is, but the tower has to go up, because we have already here further construction with the estate, and I want the tower to be there before the first block is sold, because that way I can definitely say the tower was here before you if there were any further complaints. Not that I would care anymore. I started to get a thicker skin that grows quite well, but I just want to be I want to get that to a finish, and obviously it's not ideal to have a hex beam just that low. I love my DX, and it is just so much more beneficial if you can leave it just at 10, maybe 12 meters, and then even crank it up if necessary. It's a big game changer for sure, Theo. All right, look, mate, I'll let you go. I'll leave you with it. It's 8 o'clock here, so I'll probably have to go kill our tea as well, and just look after the little one. It's less too much time, but I saw a video on YouTube when I had a little bit of time to spare this evening, and I just couldn't help myself but just have a look on the bands, and then here we are. It always takes longer than anticipated, Theo. Say hi to the family, regards, and I may come down to Adelaide soon. There's an order or a payment pending. If that's done and dusted, I may be looking for some flights, maybe for November, but that's yet to be confirmed, Theo. VK5IR, VK4KK, back to you for the final, Theo, over.
Breaker. Yeah, VK4KK, VK5IR, acknowledging the breaker. Okay, Kevin, back up to 400 watts now. I've got a flight, mate. I don't know if you can hear the breaker. I'll bring him in real quick. Just my drop box is full. Okay, that's not going to work. I'll bring him in real quick, and then I've got to go. I've got to get to the shops. QRZ, the breaker. This is, you've got VK4KK with the VK5IR on this side.
VK455, this is Zulu Lima Foxtrot Romeo Oscar Bravo. Just thought I'd let you know that you guys are beaming well into New Zealand at 5 and 9. Over.
Okay. Let me just log Kevin, and then I'll log you, because I didn't log him into the logbook. If you give me 1 second, just come back to me with your call sign again.
Zulu Lima 4 Romeo Oscar Bravo. That's Zulu Lima 4 Romeo Oscar Bravo. Over.
Okay, Zulu Lima 4 Romeo Oscar Bravo. Well, thanks for that. And my logbook has just crashed. Isn't that typical? It does that sometimes. Zulu Lima 4 Romeo Oscar Bravo. Your name this way is Theo, Tango Hotel Echo Oscar. And I think you're about 5, 6, 5 and 7 on the last over. I'll confirm. I'll pass it back to you and I'll confirm, and then Kevin can have a go. Let me just check with Kevin. Kevin, can you hear Zulu Lima 4 Romeo Oscar Bravo?
Affirmative. I can hear ZL4ROB quite well. I haven't checked the S meter yet, because when you mentioned you haven't logged me, I think that's also applicable to me. So I was distracted for a second with my logbook. Thankfully, mine didn't crash. But there was definitely Q5 copy. I think around 5.6, 5.7, but I have to check. Greetings to New Zealand. The name this way is Kevin, Kilo Echo Victoria November, located near Brisbane. And just running here an ICOM IC7300, 350 watts, and the antenna is a low-hanging hex beam. That's the story here. I guess your name is Rob, so quickly back to you, Rob. ZL4ROB from VK4KK in company.
VK4KK and company. Thank you very much for the signal there. My name is Rob, and I'm transmitting out of Auckland, Pakaringa on a Yaesu 991A with just a beam dipole at 100 watts. But I'm working on getting the beam. I've got a beam, I just need to get the tower up, much like yourself. Over.
Yeah, QSL, Rob. Yeah, I know that problem all too well. Just wondering what my report is for the lock, Rob, over.
Yes, you're coming through at about a 5 and a 7, but it was a 5 and 9 earlier, so the band must be dropping off, over.
Yeah, it could be probably conditions. Theo is in Adelaide, so he is about, I guess, 1,500 kilometers away. And I'm actually looking towards New Zealand at the moment. I'm not looking towards Adelaide. We were just trying some QRP, and for some reason, it's interesting. I really have to think about this. For some reason, I could hear Theo 5 and 7 on when he was at 5 watts, and I'm not looking at him. So it must be really good conditions between the two of us, I would imagine. Theo, I'll give it back to you. I'm sure you may have fixed your logbook by now. No problems, Rob. I have to go QRT in a second as well. We all have kids, young kids, at least I have. Theo's kid's getting a little older, I guess. But we just need to see the little one before she goes to bed. So I don't want to hold it any much longer. But thanks for coming in. I always enjoy to have chats on 20 meters in particular. ZL4ROB with VK4KK. Give it with VK5IR. This is VK4KK. Back to you, Theo. Sorry, I was a bit confused.
No, that's all right. I do need to go. But hey, Rob, just take a look at your S-meter. I want to try something. I'm about 60 degrees off of you. I'm beaming over America at the moment. I'm beaming to VK4. I'm about 60 degrees off from you. I'm just curious whether the signal will come up when I start to rotate it. What's my signal report just at the moment there, Rob? Over?
VK5IR, it is quite low. It's only coming up down to around about S3. Nothing like you were earlier, over.
Oh, Rob, I've lost it. You really died down there. I've lost you almost completely. Can you still hear me? ZL4ROB, VK5IR?
VK5IR.
Kevin, can you still hear Rob?
3.
He's talking.
You are down at a S3, over.
I'll probably have to go and do a relay here. So Theo has lost you, Rob. Theo, he can hear still 5 and 3. I'm not sure if you're looking at him at the moment. I wouldn't say so. It seems like, Rob, the conditions are fading between the two of you. I have you still 5.6, 5.7, Rob. Theo, maybe you can just confirm VK5IR in the group VK4KK.
Yeah, I've just turned the antenna away from you, Kevin, and towards Rob. I've lost you by 1 S point, Kevin. Rob, I don't know if you can hear me, mate. I've got to hang it up, but just give me another over so I could check that give me a short over, just so I could see if I'm hearing you any better now that I'm looking at you. Go ahead.
VK5IR, sorry, you've actually dropped right down. I can just hear noise in the background. Could you please relay that to him, please? Theo VK4KK, over.
Evan, I know he's there, but I cannot copy him, over.
Yeah, Roger, Theo. He can just copy you, but it's not very strong. So I think the conditions are dropping between the two of you. I'm pretty happy and privileged here because I have S0 noise, so that's why an S5 copy even would be no problem for me. But I would imagine, Theo, for the noise floor you've got, this may be difficult. So, all right, Theo basically says he needs to go to the shops, and he was actually just saying goodbye to me as well. So I think he needs to continue his journey before the shops are closing. But Rob, I need to go QRT as well. I want to catch up quickly, get some cuddles from my little one before she goes off to bed. If it's not already too late, I'm not too sure. So I'll leave you guys with it. Theo, I'm still recording, by the way, 24 minutes. It's going to be a big video. I have to review it if it's all good from my side, but I can put it public on YouTube if you like. And Rob can hear himself as well. Rob, if you have any interest, I can put a video of you on YouTube. If you just go on VK4KK on YouTube, you will find my channel there. And I could put it publicly on there if you like, and you can have a listen. Quickly back to you, Theo. And then I go also QRT, and then we give it one more time to Rob. VK5IR in the group VK4KK.
All right, I'm going to fly, mate. But yeah, put it public. That's fine. I'm happy to. I'd actually like to see the difference between 5 watts and and 400 and see what this amp sounds like. But I've got to go. The shop's shut in 15 minutes. Oh, they don't. They're shut in an hour and 15, but I want to get to Aldi, and they shut at 15. I'm probably not going to make it, but they probably won't have what I want. Anyway, I'm going to go. Rob, if you can hear me, nice to speak to you, mate, and I'll catch you later. Kevin, it's been an absolute pleasure working you, mate. It's been a while, and I do love catching up with you. So very nice to hear from you. Regards to the family, and I'll talk to you soon. I've just sent you some Dropbox links, mate. Just keep those ones between you and I. 73, mate, VK4KK, ZL4ROB, VK5IR. Over to you, Kevin.
Yes, thanks very much, Theo. I'll let you go, mate, before the shops are closing. We don't want you to stand in front of closed doors. Theo, has been a pleasure as well. Thanks very much. Really enjoyed it. And as you said, it has been a while. So good to catch up. So greetings to the family and to the boys down there in VK5 land. All right, thanks, Theo. I'll give it quickly back to Rob. I hope you're still there, Rob. I'm not sure if you could copy Theo all the way there. ZL4ROB, VK4 kilo kilo.
Cheers, Kevin. VK5IR clear.
Kilo. Yes, he's still very much down in the noise. That's VK5IR. But thank you very much for your contact, and I'll let you go and talk to you again on the air at some stage. VK4KK, this is ZL4 Romeo Oscar Bravo, going clear. Over.
Yes, thanks very much, Rob. Much appreciated. Thanks for the contact. I will, once I'm finished here, it's a long video. It may take a couple of hours to process. Probably tomorrow morning. Have a look on YouTube. It's a 27-minute long video. You will appear around the 20-minute mark, I would say. If you want to have a look on VK4 kilo kilo on YouTube, you will find my channel there. Ideally subscribe, and then you will see when the video is up there if you prefer. It's not a big thing really, it's just a quick video here. I've got my iPad here, and I've recorded this in 4K, 60 frames per second, because I like the high resolution stuff. But it's just me sitting in the dark, quite literally, and recording the screen of the 7300. If you have any interest, let me know. Maybe leave a comment if you have seen it. Then that way I know that you've seen it, Rob. All the very best. Thanks for the QSL, best wishes. And 73 VK, sorry, ZL4ROB VK4KK, also clear now. 73, Rob.